we've established that all of these, let's see, we got 7 to 11 for the tolerance for the exhaust. That's this one. It's too small, borderline, 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 too small, borderline, way too small, too small. So that means all 8 exhaust valves need to be adjusted, but all the intakes are all right. They are all between 3 and 7. So, according to the service manual, we need to put this line, which you can just barely see in here, right there, even with this web right here. So, when those two line up, this number 3 should be exactly even with the top of this cam chain guide, which it is. Number 2 should be even with this top guide, which it is, and number 1 should be even with the edge of here, which it is. So we are now in the correct position to remove the cam shafts. To do that, we have to very carefully and very evenly remove each one of these bolts, starting with the pair valves, of course. Okay, we're now ready to pull the cams out. I've loosened all the bolts. I'll leave the bolts in. That way none of those copper washers can fall into the spark plug hole. That would be a pain because they wouldn't be magnetic. Wouldn't be able to get them out with a magnet. Okay, these cam holders are a bit of a pain to get out. There's a big rubber gasket sealing the spark plugs into place, and it's a real trick to get them out. A bit of leverage helps though. Whatever you do, don't use this as a pivot point. Doing that would sacrifice your oil seal. There we go. That was a little easier. Come on. Ugh. Okay. All the bolts are still in place. Now, I don't even need to touch this camshaft. It's only that one that I need to worry about. So this can be used to hold the chain in place. Having it drop down into the tunnel is a bit of a pain. Normally I would put some wire around it. There we go. And the position of the camshaft is set, so I don't need to worry about that. All I need to do is replace it so that that number 1 is horizontal like that when I replace it. So that's good to go. Don't let it get dirty. That's a fact. Okay, now here comes the fun part. We've got measurements. Now, six and a half thousandths when it should be between 7 and 11. Let's aim for around a 3/1000 smaller shim. So the best way to pull it out is a magnet, and there's the shim. Whatever you do, don't drop it down that motor. And make sure you keep all these together. Okay, I need some workbench space. First, we're going to get our micrometer holder. Then our micrometer. Actually, I'll use this one. Oh, this is metric. Whoops. I keep forgetting Americans and their crazy standard measurement. Okay, we're at 0. So what we do, we measure this one. This is 6 thousandths. No, what? 61 thousandths. 62. Okay, so we want this one to be smaller. 61 thousandths. By the way, keep forgetting the difference between metric and standard. Okay, we've got 61. We want to go 3 thousandths smaller. So we're looking for 58. $57. That's pretty damn close. 57, and the original was 62, so that's 5 thousandths. Ooh, that's a little too much. If we go 5 thousandths smaller, that'll make that gap 5 thousandths bigger. That's 11.5. That's too big. Okay, good to know. Let's go a bit smaller. Actually, wrong way. No, let's go a bit bigger. So we got 62. 59, that's 3. So that'll make that one 9.5 thousandths. Okay. $58. Okay. Put a little bit of oil on both sides of it. Replace the bucket. Yeah, done. Now that one should be 3 thousandths bigger than 6.5, which would make it 9.5, which would make it just on the top end of the tolerance. At the top half of the tolerance. And now that we've done the first one, guess what? All 8 are the same process. So, same again, magnet, measure. Just don't like all this oil getting on my tools. Alright, so let's see, what's this one going to be? In metric, it's unreadable. Looks like a 50, could be a 58. In that case, it'll be another 62. And it is. Okay, that's a 7, so we want it to be about 2 smaller. So let's try. Go from 62 to a 59 would be nice. 57, so that's, again, that's 5. That's too much. Adding 5 thousandths to that 007 is too much. Let's see what we get. 62, we really need a 60, 61. Problem is, these are all exactly the same size. It's a little bigger. That'll tighten that gap. It's already at its minimum. Now what we can do, if we're lucky, we'll find what we need. Too big. Ooh, there we go. 60, that's too small. That would make a 7 and 9. Keep that as an option. Okay, there's another. That's actually a little fraction smaller. Oh, there's the smallest one yet. Oh, 57, yeah, that's too small. Okay, we're good. That's two smaller. From 62 to 59, that's 3 thousandths of an inch. So that gap will get 3 thousandths of an inch bigger, so it'll go from 7 to 10. From 62, actually it's closer to 2. 60, so it'll increase by 2, so that's a 9. Perfect. Oop, let's get some more tunes. Don't drop it. There we go. Bucket in. Wow. Interesting. Same again. 62. Damn it. one's too big. That one's fractionally smaller. Same. Fractionally smaller. Bigger. Bigger. So we're going from 62 62 almost exactly. Fraction smaller. So that would make us 7 and 8 maybe.